Oh, I didn't do my vocal exercises. Mom. Oh,
I got you a gift.
Oh, God. He told me he didn't. He said, I didn't get you a gift because I know you don't like gifts.
I always give you a gift. That's the gift of friendship.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's what I like.
Yeah, I know.
Physically, nothing.
Yeah.
I got too much.
Yeah, mental.
Wrath.
You want mental safety.
I don't even want
Honestly,
that. I want
this
to be
is
left alone.
this is more of a gift for TikTok.
Oh,
Take your
God.
pick,
Where did you
baby.
get this?
Yeah.
These look like Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, well, Kim and I bought them, and then they got here, and they're very thin.
Yeah. How am I supposed to soap cut these?
We might need to buy different ones. They're very thin. So we bought a bunch of fun soap to do our own soap cutting, but they're like half an inch. So
Yeah.
we can still cut this llama up pretty good.
We could still do that.
You said llama.
We should get like gaming related ones. Or
Is that
something
even
if
an
we're gonna do
American
it.
accent, or am I just saying llama?
You're just saying it
I
wrong.
say llama.
I think it's llama, and I just tried to American.
I do my A's weird, and I know that that's wrong. Thanks.
No, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
We might need to get better ones.
Yeah. Okay. No, they'll appreciate that.
Yeah, they will. That way, it's our content.
That way we're doing it. Yeah.
People have been saying they missed the soap videos.
You say that. People have also been saying. So we uploaded the first one that wasn't soap.
Yeah.
And
People were like, "Where is the soap?"
One person said, "Where's the soap videos?" Another person said, "Name of ROM hack," because it was me playing a ROM hack. So jury's still out on whether or not the soap cutting is actually truly missed.
Hey, like the video if you missed the soap.
And like it if you want the soap to go away forever. And we'll know. We'll know which one. Thanks, dude. This is so not a llama. Also, this is a sloth.
No,
There's a different
This is a
llama.
llama.
Okay.
You are right, buddy. That is a
I
sloth.
thought you didn't know zoo animals.
You did. I've been to a lot of zoos. You want to talk about all the zoos I've been to?
Yeah.
I've been to Florida Zoo.
Brooklyn Zoo.
I've
San
been to
Diego
Bronx
Zoo.
I've been to New Orleans Zoo. I've been to Seattle Zoo.
Why?
I've been to Dallas Zoo.
That's a lot of zoos.
Been to Australian Zoo. Yeah.
I went to the
like
Boston
zoos.
Aquarium once
I've been
with
to
my
aquariums.
friends, and two of them said, there were two dudes, and they were like, we're getting married, and we think we want to get married here. And they're like, okay, you want to see it? And they're like, yeah. And they did it for a free tour of the aquarium.
Oh my God.
And it worked.
That reminds me of the crutch story that you told in the bonus episode that's coming.
Oh, you'll have to go to a little con artist schemery.
Yeah. I've been to the New Orleans Aquarium as well.
Ooh.
And the Seattle Aquarium. We went to an aquarium in Perth. I've been to a lot of aquariums.
This is a lot of things.
We
You've
like
been
zoos and
around.
aquariums.
That's crazy. I haven't been to that many zoos.
This
We're talking about zoo. This is the zoo
This is not a
podcast.
bonus episode. We should
We're
get
talking
to. We
about
haven't
zoos
said
today. Do you
either of
know
our topics.
zoos?
Do you know zoos? All right, so today we're going to be talking about the Mario movie, which just got its final trailer.
Yes, and there was like a little event here in New
Yes,
York that we didn't go
literally
to,
a
but those two went to.
Stone's throw away, and two people in this room have been. Now, I pushed for us going.
Yes.
But you said it's just boots.
Yeah.
It's just boots.
It's just boots.
It's just boots. It's just boots.
And we would go there and we'd delay the episode and not get any work done for a few hours just to look at boots.
I wanted to see the boots.
I kind of want to see the boots.
Well, we should have gone to see the boots.
We'll have an opportunity to see the boots.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I went to see the boots.
Yeah.
And I have something to show you
Me?
specifically. but
We'll
yeah.
get to it.
I want to.
We'll get
I'm
to
excited.
it. I know. We'll get to it.
Before we get to it,
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
wanted to talk about.
talk about this other thing. And
Yeah.
we all wanted to talk about it. This is a collective idea of what
wants
we were
to
going to
talk
talk about
about
today.
it.
There's some hubbub going on the on Twitter about whether or not the next Switch is going to have some sort of backwards compatibility. Like if
Yes.
you're going to be able to play your current eShop games
The
on the next
current round of YouTube Nintendo clickbait has seemingly fallen on will the next Switch be backwards compatible?
And here we
all
are
your
riding that
favorite
high, baby.
Classics are hitting it out the puck. Spawn Wave, Dreamcast Guy, RGT85. If they're on the Spawncast podcast, you better believe they've made a video for
and
views.
they've been arguing about it on Twitter, like all of them. OJ also. OJ.
They always argue.
They
don't know
no,
what-
it's great.
They don't know what's going on.
I'm into it.
They all fight.
I think it started from MVG. he posted a video because he's a developer, so he
I
knows what he's
trust
talking
him
about. Yeah.
more than anyone else.
Okay, well, he's the one who said you won't be able to play your Switch
and
games
that
on the
was
next
what
one.
I assumed. That was
Okay.
that's my assumption here.
So his reasoning is that the Switch has a very specific type of architecture. I'm not a developer, so I didn't watch this video, so I don't know the specifics. But the Switch doesn't have a specific type of. The Switch has a specific type of architecture that's a little bit difficult to develop for. The next Switch might not have that specific
I
type of
thought the
architecture.
Switch was like kind of easy because it was like an Android and it was supposed to be way easier than Wii U this time.
Oh, it's easier than all the other Nintendo consoles.
Good.
But every console these days is easier to develop for than they used to be. Like the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, those are basically little computers. Previously, they were like very unique architecture that was harder to develop for than they are now. The Switch is basically an Android tablet. So it is kind of like developing for an Android phone. But the Switch is a little more powerful than a normal Android phone.
So he's saying it's complicated, so the next thing we'll have to deal with that. But
Correct.
why wouldn't if they wanted, let's say they wanted backwards compatible. And my thing is I don't think they do want that because it's not really a moneymaker.
Right.
That's why they usually always move on and they don't have backwards compatibility for any. If a console doesn't have backwards compat, it's usually because money.
Yeah.
And then they give you some fluff reason why. But let's say they wanted to do backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just make the next thing to be able to do it? Like a Switch 2 that's essentially the same thing but better.
Yeah, they should. That would be
And
nice.
they could.
They could.
So saying that the Switch is just tricky is kind of a weird cop-out when we haven't even seen what the next thing is yet.
So, I mean, you're right. Historically, Nintendo hasn't. Nintendo on portable systems does backwards compatibility pretty good in the past, but for home consoles, they don't do backwards compatibility at all. Even with like eShop stuff, you buy a digital item, you should be able to carry that over wherever.
I agree with
But
that.
their account systems are so shitty that they just don't work well together. Even last episode, we were taking the freaking eShop credits from the Switch to the 3DS or the other way around.
That was so annoying.
It's
That
like
took so
impossible.
long to figure
But
out.
I swear, all that stuff can be figured out.
Even when the Switch came out, when you had to sign in, you had to make a whole new account. You couldn't just use the 3DS one.
That's why I got confused because I thought I could use my Switch account, but it ended up being that I had to go back into my 3DS and find that account.
Right.
It was a totally different account. And
Yeah.
I added $50 to my Switch account. I couldn't move it over. So
Yeah.
Did you
That
ever
was
spend that money you put on? Because you've got
Yeah.
5 days left.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
What did you get?
Whatever Bob bought.
You got to buy more. I didn't
gotta
buy
buy
that
more.
much.
I will.
I bought Dark Void.
Good job.
Somebody in my Twitch chat was like, I got that game. It's hard. And I didn't realize it was so hard. But I'm
Get good.
happy people are playing it.
Sounds like a
It's
skill
pretty
issue.
good. It does.
But all of that can be figured out. All that account
Yes.
stuff, they could easily find workarounds for that.
I mean, in
think,
2023, yeah.
yeah, a lot of these consoles,
They got to do
and-
it in their own little Nintendo way, though.
and companies and Nintendo and all there's an argument people make where they're like, it makes sense to have backwards compat because you'll sell more of the new console because you can play the old library. I'm not sure if anyone's done an actual breakdown of this, but for me, it that feels silly. It feels to me, if you're buying a new console and you can play all your old games, you're not going to buy any of the new software. So for third-party devs and even Nintendo who want to make software for the new console, if no one's buying it because they already have, guess how many games are on the Nintendo Switch right now on the eShop?
11,000.
Over 15,000.
Jesus Christ.
So if they're already...
It snowballs
I
exponentially
know.
every time I look at it.
So if they already have a library of 15,000 games that they can download, they probably already have, they can download, they can replay. They're not buying the new stuff. They're not buying the new Octopath 3. They have Octopath 1 and 2 already. They haven't caught up with that yet. I'm not going to get...
Well,
I think backwards compatibility hurts consoles in the long run.
I don't necessarily think so. I think that for especially indie devs, these people got to redevelop their game for the new console. And that's not necessarily easy.
But they can sell the game again.
Nintendo can. If an older indie, they need to redevelop the game for the new architecture.
Yeah, but
if that's the case.
But then they sell that on the console.
But they
sell
have
their
to
indie
do the
game
work
again.
that they already did again, and they don't know if they're going to make the same return.
Well, then that goes back into-
if you can still buy the game, if you can still buy the game that was already there,
I ain't yelling.
you don't have to do any work.
then that goes back into the argument that MVG had that it's too complicated. Just make the next thing so it's not like that.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's going to be a handheld, the next one?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be the Switch, but cool.
Million
Oh, wasn't
percent.
cool already?
And not cool enough. It needs sunglasses.
It'll literally be Switch cool. It'll be cool Switch.
I don't think they're moving away from the hybrid console.
No,
I don't
there's
think
no
they're
way.
Making any. I don't think they can think of any like big change that they can feasibly do.
Oh, they're going
I
to do a
think
gimmick and
it'll be
slap it on the
gimmicky.
side and call it a new guy.
I don't even know if they can.
It's
Like,
it's redundant to think that they would go back to anything else like a home console because to get to this point they had to merge their handheld player base and their home console player base, and they did it so successfully. What are they gonna do? Like split it off again and try home console? Then they'd have to bring out a new handheld because they own that market. So they'd have to do 3DS 2, something different from this. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like they are here now.
I think it's going to be a weird 3DS thing where they saw how successful the DS was and they're like, oh, we just need to do that again. This cool new thing called 3D's been in TVs now. Let's just shoehorn that in. Everybody will love that.
They're
gonna do some weird thing with the
weird
Switch,
and
too.
wacky. I mean, like when the Switch came out, we didn't really even have a concept for what that would be like, and now we have this detachable Joy-Con.
Yeah, and I was like,
HD
detachable
rumble.
Joy-Cons, those are going to break. It's going to be stupid.
Yeah.
And
That
they're
was
great.
weird and wacky for the time. They'll find something, and you'll be like, oh, like I mean, think about when 360 came out with the Kinect.
Right.
Yeah.
Like who saw that? It was dumb, but who saw that coming? Nintendo will have this is the new thing.
Yeah. I remember when I saw the Switch, I was like, oh, those Joy-Con rails are going to break. And I haven't
They're
heard
actually
of
really good.
I haven't heard of it.
It's
case where they
interesting
break.
because I just bought that really expensive Switch and we were like putting them on and off last night. And I remember when you first get a Switch, they're so grippy. Like they're really
Yeah, you put it in
grippy.
and it was a thick click.
But now my Switch
sounded
that
like
I,
the commercial.
that I use all the time, it's like
They loosen up a
really
little bit.
loose. Yeah.
But it still clicks in.
But it's still good. Yeah. It
I
doesn't
thought
feel like it's
any mechanism that moves that you need to play with is going to break eventually.
100%.
Like the DS hinges, those always fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I worked at GameStop, that was people. There was a lady,
especially if you like sit on it.
there was a lady that came in and was like, and trying to trade in a 3DS, and the hinge was all broken. And I was like, you can't trade this in, it's broken. She's like, no, it works perfectly fine. Someone would buy that. I would buy that. And I was like, okay,
Keep it.
I said, what are you here to get? She goes, another 3DS.
Why?
And I said,
Mine's broken.
I said, here you go. Goodbye. But I think Nintendo they've kind of spoiled themselves because they make a lot of money re-releasing their games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why they wouldn't want to do backwards
Mario Kart 8
compatibility.
Deluxe is a
Yeah.
shining example.
They just like Tropical Freeze. It's
Yeah.
the same game. We're going to charge you $10 more. Here it is.
Funky mode.
Yeah. And I mean,
Funky
they're crushing it with that business model. It's working so well. They
It's
have
it's very
no
anti-consumer though.
It's also, and I've been swearing by this since the Switch came out, but it's the reason we don't have a classic virtual console where you can go on and buy all their old library again for like, I'm going back on my tangent,
Yeah,
for
that's fine.
$3, $4, because they want you to buy all the new stuff that's coming out, their new games or their third-party games or their indie games, so
I
it
think
better
that's
populates
fine.
that ecosystem.
That's fine to showcase
That's my
your new
same
stuff.
theory for the backwards compatibility, though. You want people spending money on the new console because
You should want people spending money however they can.
putting
spend
hardware out, you lose money every time. You know that.
money. Not Nintendo.
Well, they lose a little. The Switch isn't $300 to make.
It's less than that.
But
It is?
not,
Ninten-
not
no,
by a
Nin-
lot. They've said that.
No, Nintendo makes more money on the console sales than any other console manufacturer. They don't take a hit when they sell the console.
Well, yeah, because,
Other console manufacturers do.
yeah, because isn't it that they were selling it like all the parts came out to like $243 or something. Like
Something
they
like
make
that.
like
Well,
$50.
They still
per
don't make a
console.
ton off the hardware. It's the software they make the money on.
Yeah,
So if they
that's the
put,
majority
if they
of the money.
put out a hardware and everyone's playing old stuff and not spending money on it, they're wasting their time. That's why I feel like.
But you
backwards
have a
compat-
much bigger library. All those 15,000 eShop games
Yeah.
are just going to disappear overnight
Yep.
because everyone's going to get a new console. Or you have 15,000 games and then you add to them when you get the new console.
But if they can re-download their old stuff, you're stuck in that same position of people have the old games already.
But you want new guys.
I feel like
I know you
know.
want new guys. I love new guys.
I feel like what they would do though in a hardware sense, if they already have the old games, why would they buy the new hardware? And like I feel like at that point they'd be like, I'm not going to buy the new Switch. I already have all the games. If it's backwards compatible,
I feel the same
Well,
way.
that's forward compatible.
I feel having something that's new and fresh that has its own games is really what makes people take that jump over to the new thing, and then they have to just start spending money on it. They're forced to spend money on it. From a business standpoint, I think that makes more sense.
I think it's
for the
also
company.
It also pushes people away from playing games.
Not with Switch.
It does. No, it does. You buy the games because you need to for your job and you have the money to do so.
Switch is the best-selling console that Nintendo has released other than the Wii.
Yeah.
And it sells games on its console more than Steam sometimes. Like games like Steam or Dig sold 10 more times on Switch than Steam.
Where the people, a lot of people watching this too are like huge fans of Nintendo. So if we liked Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, we might buy it again, just to have it. And that's Nintendo taking our money. But a majority of people are going to be like, I already had it. I don't know where it is anymore. I can't play it. I'm just not going to play it.
You think
I'm not going to spend
you think
$60
it's a
on it?
majority when some of these games are like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like one of the best-selling games of all time?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is one of the best-selling games of all time because nobody had a Wii U. That's why people are buying that game.
A Wii U Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was on.
Yeah,
Wii
I was
U.
going to say that same argument could be made.
But you can still buy that game on the new console if it's backwards compatible.
What?
If the game is backwards compatible, you could still buy the Switch version and play it on the Switch too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I just bought Metroid Prime Remastered yesterday because I was trying to get the physical and Nintendo, they didn't have it. I was like, screw it, I just want to play it, and it is amazing. Like that to me is worth $40.
That game is sick.
But
that's remastered.
But also that's like a nostalgia thing more than it being
Technically a remake.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's great.
That is the gold standard.
Yeah.
They did work to it.
Yeah.
So like if they want to actually make money and be pro-consumer and sell the product again, they got to do a little something to it.
I think backwards
like put freaking Funky Kong in it, and then
I think backwards compatibility is a lot.
I like Funky Kong.
Is a lot with nostalgia because like I haven't played my Switch in months because I don't play video games anymore, as the joke goes. But when they brought Game Boy Advance back, I played Superstar Saga every day until I beat it, and I haven't done that in a very long time. So for me, it's that's me though. I know that's not like the average consumer.
But that's an argument for why I like the subscription model of Nintendo Switch Online because like I wouldn't have played like way back. What the hell's the game? The weird Windback. I wouldn't have played Windback again, but it was there and I like it. So I
think
played it a lot.
The model of starting fresh. My points I'm trying to make, the Switch is the shining example of why I think that works, because it worked with the Switch. They started completely fresh with a new console off the back of their biggest disaster console when no one had faith
but
in
now
the
everybody
company.
has a Switch. So you're just gonna be like, sorry guys, we're taking all these 15,000 games away.
I actually think the next thing is going to be backwards compatible. I think what Nintendo does is they kind of like try something new and wacky where it's not backwards compatible with the last thing. And then that becomes like, okay, we have a base. How do we innovate the base? Like the GameCube changed everything from the N64 and like that was their base. And they like, kind of saw middling success. And then they were like, oh, we can make this into the Wii. And the Wii was still backwards compatible with the GameCube. And then the like DS was like, we tried something normal with the Game Boy. We did something weird and wacky. DS was still backwards compatible with the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
So that's my theory on
It's
why
not
it's going
bad.
to be backwards
It's pretty good.
compatible.
I've been holding off on this, but I'm pulling out the notes.
I was also
God.
gonna before and please do. But was there anything else hard concrete in like MVG's video or anyone else's video that was really pointing any like patterns, or is this just literally?
It's literally just about how the development works for the Switch. That's basically.
That's a pretty loose thread.
Well, I mean, it makes sense from his point of view, but
So it's his theory. I haven't seen any of these videos. It's his theory, and then they all spun off of it, and now we're
and it started an argument, and now we're doing the exact same argument.
I like it. It's a fun argument.
So
At least you guys are fun.
Oh my God.
holy
Oh
my
God.
Why did you say that?
RGT's my favorite Nintendo YouTuber.
So, two things. One, I can't find this now, but I saw a guy bring up the fact that NVIDIA champions that their architecture, which is the Switch architecture.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
They have tools to adapt games to other architectures.
Okay.
So NVIDIA tries to promote their technology as being adaptable to other architectures. I don't know how true that is. Again, I'm not a developer, but it's something that NVIDIA tries to give you the tools to make it different. The other argument is the next Switch is probably going to be the same architecture, just a little better. So it probably won't be hard at all.
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's going to be the next Tegra. The
yeah, no,
X2 or
100%.
some shit,
It's
you know?
going to be another hybrid, and it's going to be a more souped up version of what the Switch essentially is now. I think that's just a given, and there's
I
nothing.
think Android gaming is crazy right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy developments in just Android phones.
No, 100%. It reminds me of that commercial I was going to talk about, but yeah, 100%.
You can, don't bring it up yet.
No, I won't.
The last thing is Nintendo a few years ago did like one of their little slideshows for their investors and stuff. And this is what OJ, Player Essence, was posting everywhere. And I ripped it from one of his tweets. It just says the future outlook, and it's a timeline that just says integrated hardware, software, Nintendo DS and Wii. I guess that had like the account system worked across Nintendo DS and Wii.
Yeah.
And then it said integrated hardware, software, Nintendo Switch 2017. And then it says integrated hardware, software, next gen system ? And then it says 20XX.
I remember that listing,
And
yeah.
the whole thing with that is that there's like just a big circle around the Switch and the next console. And they're basically saying that whatever the next console is, we want the Nintendo account system to be
compatible.
unified.
Is
So
that
they're
from-
basically,
Is that from Nintendo?
it's from Nintendo.
Yeah, I
I saw
remember
that.
And they,
that.
saw
and they
that
have
circling,
verbally
yeah.
talked about it before too, how they're trying really hard to get the unified
I will
account system
say
to work.
that's really old.
Yeah, it is really
That's
old.
4 or 5 years old at this point.
It's pretty
But I
old.
do remember that, and that is solid.
They have talked about it a lot. And I think that
Bring that picture up on screen,
I
Brandon.
think that they bought DNA, which was the mobile developer. I think they worked on Mario Kart and whatever. And then they brought DNA into the Nintendo offices. So they really like took them.
Cuddled.
And I think DNA is straight up working on a unified account system. I think that's what their big job is right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that it's that hard.
It's hard for Nintendo because they got to do it the Nintendo way. It can't just be the way everybody else does it.
Why can't the data for your account be like, oh yeah, they bought this on this Switch, so they have it on this one?
Because they're gonna
How is it that hard?
they're gonna come up with a problem.
They like to be convoluted.
I feel
It's-
like
it's
I
not
could
like
hire a team of people to code that for them. That can't be hard.
It's not like Sony, because I think
think they're-
compatibility with Sony is easy. So is Xbox.
Well, they come up. Someone will be like, "Hey, we got this problem," and then everything needs to stop until that problem's solved. you know?
Nintendo really seems
Xbox
to,
comes up with a problem, and they go, "Just let it happen."
Yeah.
Let the
Nintendo
problem
really
happen.
seems to, every time they make a new thing, they start completely from scratch in every aspect.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll deal with everything else later.
Why is transferring your data from one Switch to another so hard?
It is really weirdly complicated.
It should not be complicated,
Yeah.
especially for a kid's game device. I know.
It's wild that you can't just sign in and plug your micro SD card in and be like, all right.
Yeah, or
You
I'm
have
taking
to-
this card to this Switch.
It's-
Okay, and then you
it's
just
a
plug it in
full
and it does
transfer.
everything.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense why that's so difficult.
Also, why does it,
Or even if you just put them next to each other and it does the transfer like an iPhone
or
would.
like how 3DS had it too, because 3DS was
Well,
doing that.
that was-
until when they had to transfer in a
the
different way.
problem with the 3DS and the Switch is that it goes, okay, you can't use this other one anymore.
yeah.
I hate that the SD cards wipe when you put them into a new
That's
one.
really annoying.
So you have to transfer the saves like digitally through you can't just go bleep bloop.
There is no reason for that. I don't even think save data saves to the micro SD card.
You
So there
were
is
using-
literally no reason
You
for
were
that.
using my Switch to do something when you were working on a video, and you had signed in.
It
and
was Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
it was messing up my Switch so much that even when I removed your account, it was still not letting me use my saves. I had to re-sign in.
Oh, I've had that when I've been switching switches.
yeah, but it
Switching
was
switches.
trying. to
All I
go
did
off-
was play Brilliant Diamond.
No, but you
was
signed
fun to
into your
say.
stuff, so it was trying to pull your saves. from
Oh,
your
that happens
account.
with Hannah. Hannah signed into mine.
You
And now
have
every
to-
time I play a game, it goes, we didn't sync the saves. And I'm like, I don't care. Hannah's never going to
So-
freaking play Guardian Tales.
If this is what I think it is, there's a way to get around all of it. You have to go to the website and log in and say, make this Switch You do it on your Switch and the website or something. Make this Switch my main Switch.
Yeah.
On the account that you want to be the main one, and then it'll stop asking you that.
So that's not.
But you can only do that once. And if you want to do it another time, you have to call,
On the website.
You have to call Nintendo.
You can only do it once on the website.
You have to call
You can do it
Nintendo.
on the Switch though.
No.
Yeah, you can do it on the Switch. That's happened to me.
No, because I've done it. And you've done it too throughout a bunch of different. You didn't just have one main Switch. You had a bunch of main Switches.
Yeah, we've all switched.
I've only had one at a time.
Yeah, but you had how many Switches have been your main Switch? You had the original.
I have several.
Yeah, and all of those have been
But
your main account.
on the same Switch, you're going to do it one time.
Oh, like if you want to go back and forth, you can't. Okay, I
You have to
understand.
call Nintendo if you
Yeah.
want to make it a main Switch again.
That makes sense. I did that with
So weird.
that happened with the. Oh no, I went back and forth once because I had the Switch Lite.
I'm telling you, whatever I'm
I
talking about is a thing.
I think it's just on the website. You can only do it once. You have to have the physical Switch with you if you want to switch it back. Because if somebody stole your Switch and you switch it to like your Switch Lite or something, they could just hit the button and switch it back. So if you
Switch.
yes, so I think you need both Switches in order to switch it back. It's an extra step.
We need to stop saying Switch because
Yeah.
it's losing all
I don't know,
meaning
dude.
to me.
We should
right
have a
now.
Switch counter because we're at like.
We should call the
19.
Switch something else. The fun guy, little guy.
The fun guy, little guy.
The fun guy, little guy. When the next fun guy, little guy 2 comes out, I don't know if it'll be
I
backwards
hope there's
compatible
a,
or
I hope
not.
there's an Armadillo Man Boogie 3.
There might not be. You might not be able to play it if there's no backwards.
You can't play
compat.
Armadillo Man Boogie 3 on the
No,
fun guy,
sir.
fun little
no,
guy
you
2?
can't. Absolutely not.
Oh my
What a
god.
bad
Just an
day.
emulator?
What a horrible day today has been now that I learned that I can't play Armadillo Guy.
Dylan's rolling west. I'll lose my mind.
Hey, that's the name of it.
We had a TikTok clip blow up, which I keep referencing.
Is that the one?
That just an emulator. Just an
Oh,
emulator.
it's an emulator.
Had like 1 million views on
It's
TikTok.
just an emulator.
Just an emulator.
You know who's been really good at backwards compatibility? Xbox. And now they're taking it all away because they just removed a bunch of Xbox 360 games.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
They've been really good at backwards compatibility. And also,
And-
if you play an Xbox 360 game on the new consoles, it upscales some of it to
Yeah.
4K 60 and stuff.
What's wild is I have my whole library of like Australian 360 games, and I could pop one into my Xbox Series X. It'll like region it and everything, and then it will like upscale it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's wild.
It only has a certain library of games, which is a little unfortunate. Like it needs to be in a list basically. So
Wet.
it can't be every Wet.
Did you ever play Wet?
Oh yeah,
That was a
I
fun one.
I didn't play it.
That one gets it.
That had a girl with a lot of boobs, right? That was
Yeah,
like the
but
main
it was
deal
about
with
the
game.
gameplay. It was like a hack and slash. I liked it.
I remember the game was like a 70 on Metacritic, but
I liked it. I was a fan of like those kind of hack and
boobs.
lollipop
You
chainsaw.
like the boobs. There's a theme here. There's a theme.
Yeah, hack and slash.
Hack and slash.
Oni, remember Oni? I remember seeing that in a freaking Game
Yes.
Pro magazine. And
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, am I supposed to be looking at this?
Why'd you buy me this?
So PlayStation is not good. PlayStation,
That's where we're
They're
ending
trying
that.
to-
That's where we got to. PlayStation sucks.
PlayStation is not good at backwards compatibility. They're trying to get better, but especially on the PlayStation Plus Premium, the PlayStation 3 games
They
need
want
to
you
be
Buy
streamed.
the new stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
I mean, yes, but
Buy the
we're
new
not
stuff.
standing for that in 2023. Xbox is like, we don't give a fuck. Just play the games. Just do whatever you got to do to play the games. We don't care.
Wasn't the
I
PS3 hardware like notoriously like impossible to like make?
Emulate. It
Yeah,
was
so,
hard
like,
to develop games for it, and it's hard to emulate.
So like, wouldn't that kind of be the reason why that
I-
is?
Well, Modern
it
Vintage
can-
Gamer has a video all about PlayStation 3 emulation.
Oh my God.
The thing is that
it can all get figured out.
yes, there's
Money.
people who develop PlayStation 3 emulation, even for like the Steam Deck. It is really wonky though. So like I kind of understand a little bit why PlayStation wouldn't do it, but they could figure it out.
Look, I'm not trying to say I don't want it.
Yeah.
I want to be.
understand.
I want to be clear. I'm playing devil's advocate for the companies. On one hand, I do kind of not want it if it means that the console itself is going to thrive better and we're going to get cooler first party and cooler new experiences because they're not relying on an old library that no one's buying new games. So companies like Ubisoft and Square don't want to make new games for the console because everyone's busy buying Earthbound for the 50th time.
Right.
But I think it's telling that Xbox is the only platform that's really offering it hardcore, and it's also the platform that is failing to
Yeah.
bring out any first party games or any new experiences, and they're relying on an old library where like PlayStation and Switch, we're getting new experiences all the time, and they're selling insane numbers because people want to play the new stuff because it's new and that's what there is to play.
I wouldn't say that Xbox is relying on an old library. I don't think that's
relying on Halo Infinite.
I don't think that's where they're getting their money from. I think Xbox is relying on subscription models, and they're just
But what does a subscription get you, Bob?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's building a huge library.
Yeah.
And I mean, imagine Nintendo being like, hey, you get the new console. We already got 15,000 games that you can play on this thing.
Okay, well, a lot of those are really bad.
They are a
to
lot.
be fair.
I went on the eShop the other day. Someone was like, I got $10. What should I get? And I was like, let's see. And I went to $10 and I was like, holy shit. There's a lot of boobs. There's a lot of hentai
boobs.
stuff.
You can straight up type in HENTAI
The word
and
I
get,
just said. I said it.
and get a lot of games that pop up in the results.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. There is no quality assurance. Remember when they used to have little seal of approvals on their games?
I kind of like that though. It's the Wild West.
The Wild West?
Because like Steam, you get like just a flood of indie stuff because of that. The less barriers, I think, the better. But there needs to be some sort of curation.
I like that Steam is kind of the curator for the eShop. If it does well on Steam,
the barrier, yeah.
it'll push through to Switch.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think to wrap it up, I don't think necessarily that making people rebuy the old stuff is, I understand that that's that's where their brain's at, and that's what they think makes them a lot of money. But I think they can stand to also make money by having an old library of games that you can still buy. It's the difference between making people who liked the games already rebuy them versus having people discover all of the stuff already, because they're not going to re-release every game. There's going to be a huge library of stuff that they wouldn't have re-released anyway that's there already. So it's the difference between re-releasing 5 games and just already having hundreds.
I guess you're right. I guess end of the day, Nintendo knows best, and they're going to do whatever they feel is best. I just worry that we're going to have another Wii U happen, because Wii U went in with full backwards compat, and we got no games, no support from any third-party companies, and the console was a massive flop. And the most successful Wii wasn't enough. Having its catalog and a virtual console wasn't enough to keep it afloat and make it successful. The Switch being so successful is why we have off-the-wall fun games like Astral Chain. It's why we even have the series of Octopath.
But that's not the backwards compatibility's fault. That's the shitty Wii U's fault for being a stupid idea.
It's Nintendo. They might have a stupid idea next.
Also, it's a little different than it was back then. Back then, it was, I got to go to GameStop and I got to get a physical Wii game, to put into my Wii U. Even though there was a digital library, people were still buying physical stuff. These days, a lot of people are buying digital. You just have it all on the console already. You just hit boop and you buy it.
Look, I am playing devil's advocate, but I would love for the first time in my life to have a Nintendo console where the games I've been buying for the last 6 years, I still have. I do want that. I just also want the next thing to be as successful, because my gaming life and my career depends on it.
Now, whether or not the physical library will be backwards compatible is a different story. I think if they're going to make the digital, they'll definitely make the physical.
I was going to mention that real quick, but I don't know if they'd want to keep the cartridges, because aren't those super expensive?
So that was something I think you brought up, that or Jackson brought up or something, that the cartridges are more expensive than just discs.
Because they have like an 8 gig, a 16 gig, a 32, and a 64 or something. And developers can buy it depending on how big their game is, but they get exponentially expensive. So if an indie game is kind of big, but they might not be able to fit it on a cartridge that they can't really afford to manufacture, then they just go digital.
That's why you got companies like even Capcom just giving you codes.
Yeah, even big companies who are tight with they want to make as much money as possible will just put a code in the box or just go digital, because they'd rather do that than spend, literally it's like $20 each cartridge. So they're putting a game out for $60, but then only making 40 back because the cartridges are so expensive.
It's kind of nice because it forces these people to really compress the games. Otherwise,
sometimes
you get like these shitty games that are like 60 gigabytes to take up the whole Switch.
More often than not, you get half the game on the cartridge and then half the game downloads when you buy it.
That happens a lot. That's
so I wouldn't be surprised if they want to move away from those cartridges. So unless they're going to do a 3DS thing where they have like a top and bottom
I was gonna say it's gonna be like 3DS where there's a notch on the side, and so it's backwards compatible, but there's a little.
That would actually be kind of sick.
Yeah.
But then what would the new thing use?
The same. It would just have the notch. It would be the same cartridge, just with a big
But
plastic
what I'm
notch.
saying, what I was saying is they want to move away from those cartridges. What would a different kind of a cheaper cartridge, a different size? Because I mean, like
Like an SD
3DS and DS cartridges were different.
So the other argument against having those cards, I think Jackson brought up, is that they die quicker. Somebody made a video on that.
Oh, really?
Also,
I don't think I brought that up.
somebody brought it
No,
up.
he mentioned that. Someone mentioned that to us recently. Was that not you?
That's way too.
We'll just say
smart.
Scoot said it.
Okay.
All right.
Supposedly
Too
they
smart.
die quicker, and because the old like SNES games were cartridge, and they ran on a different type of flash memory than the new stuff, and the new stuff will deteriorate quicker than even those older games.
So Switch games will die sooner than Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Let's go.
Dude. I love Super Nintendo. Fuck the Switch.
I have a crazy question. Do you think Nintendo will follow Sony and Xbox and do a digital and a physical Switch?
No, I don't think so.
Console.
Interesting.
It's an interesting question, but I don't think so.
I don't know how much money it would save them to do that. Well, I guess okay. So I guess the actual savings on a PS5 isn't the fact that it's missing the Blu-ray player. It's the fact that you're forced to buy all of the games from PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes them money. That's a weird way to subsidize it. I think there's potential for that in a Switch 2 Lite.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question sometimes.
Because didn't they kind of already do that? Wasn't there like a micro mini Game Boy at some point?
Yeah, but it was physical still. Hey, you want to do a Patreon read or something?
I would like to. That was a fun conversation, though. We went through everything from the backwards compatibility to like what the new Switch might look like
To what we have for breakfast.
to what
It
we
was
have
a
for
bagel.
breakfast. I had not an egg white omelet because they forgot to give me egg whites.
I only had half of my sandwich because it was so big and greasy.
I only had half of my omelet because it had full fatty eggs.
Oh my
Wow, you're making regular old eggs sound
I can't eat
gross.
regular. You know what's funny? And now I do egg whites all the time. I can't go back to full because I feel like in the morning it's like greasy because the yolk has all the fat. An egg white is like 20 calories from an egg. This is 70 calories.
Oh.
So the whole egg is like, well, if you keep,
So
I need
so
the
good.
calories. I'm too
Yeah,
scared.
you.
I need to
do.
fatten up.
you need to fatten up.
Yeah,
I need
but
to
I'm
trade
frail.
you some.
I'll take some. Hey, you know we do bonus episodes and whatnot.
Yeah, you know how much eggs cost?
No.
A lot. They cost a lot now.
Like,
There's like a
$5
shortage.
for a carton.
No.
And you get eggs?
It's
Do you
Eggs?
know
Eggs?
Worthless, stupid, dumb
Stinky eggs that can barely make anything?
Ew.
I mean, sure, eggs in
Stinky
the morning.
eggs that get
Cake.
what a little dumb
Technically an ice cream. You can't even eat the shells.
Can't even eat them at all.
No, you
No,
can.
Apparently.
they can. You can.
No, you can't. You need a little carton of just the white parts.
Well, yeah, I do.
You need a guy. His name's Jimmy. He takes some part and puts just the whites
I
in a
buy
little
my
carton.
eggs in a carton and then I pour them out. and
I know. That's how you do that.
I'm used to it.
Okay.
But you know what else is $5 a month?
No, I have
What
no idea.
is?
Our Patreon.
Oh, we're doing that Patreon.
Nintendo's Patreon.
Wow.
Hey, guess what? This is episode 43.
Holy
So
crap.
basic math would tell you that we have 43 bonus episodes right now live on Patreon. For the low price of $5 right now, you can watch 43 half-hour long episodes. Basic math would calculate that out to be about 20 hours of footage for 5 stinky... Well, we'll say 21 and a half. We won't count the Valorant
I lost
episode.
count.
Valorant episode's probably not worth watching.
No, that one's worth
That
watching.
one's worth
That one's
watching.
good.
That one's
All the
fun.
comments on that one were like, "This was a fun episode. Please don't do that."
Yeah,
again."
I know. So go
We
join
should
the
though
Patreon.
because we're better now.
We are better now.
We are better
We're
now.
cracked now. Go join the Patreon. It directly supports the show, and we can do some really cool things with the money that goes back to the show.
Like shoot at a coffee shop.
We've been talking about doing some more fun things and expanding the show because it's going well. We might even shoot at a coffee shop again or something fun and wacky. But we need that support, so we'd really appreciate it. And if you also want to help out, you can also buy t-shirts, sweaters,
Baseball
tees, coffee mugs.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But maybe.
Okay.
Eventually.
All of that would really, no sponsor today, so it would really help. Thank you.
you.
Links down below to
I love you.
Patreon. Join the family. You also
love you,
get
don't leave
into
me.
the Discord, and there's a Patreon Discord you can join.
Oh my God.
It's
What goes
special
on
and
in that
exclusive.
Patreon Discord?
Not much, because we don't go in there enough, and we really should. We should join it more.
I'm going to say hey right now.
There's also a VIP Patreon tier where you get your name in the credits of the episode.
Oh my God.
So if you ever wonder what those names
we
are,
need to
at the
update
end,
that. It'll be updated today.
It'll be updated today with all new people. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Where's the patron? Oh, wait, I'm not a patron.
Can
You
you
don't
be
give
you're a
yourself
mod.
access?
You're
That
like
doesn't
a
give
Oh, I am a mod.
You're an-
Patreon chat, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like an admin.
I just wrote hey.
Mario.
I love him. He's so cool.
Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da. Woohoo.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. This is so nice.
That was a good Chris Pratt.
Thanks, dude.
Speaking of, the new Mario movie is coming out in, when is it?
April 5th.
April 5th?
It was the 7th, and now it's the 5th.
They moved it up,
Oh, they moved it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
They can't wait.
For America,
a
only,
rare
though.
move up.
Oh, we can't wait.
They moved it up because Friday's Good Friday.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did they not realize?
Because Jesus died.
No, because it was originally supposed to release like a month or so ago. That's when McDonald's was doing the Happy Meal.
Right, but when
deals.
they moved it to April 7th, no one was like, that's
The Pope
Jesus'
didn't
day.
decide yet if it was April. If it was
I'm so
I just don't
surprised.
think anyone thought about it.
But
I'm
what
so
does it
surprised
matter?
the movie didn't come out on Mario Day. Doesn't that make sense? Like, doesn't that?
We were really
It
close
probably
to it.
was going to.
Yeah,
and then,
right? Like-
But
Probably made finishing touches.
well, I mean, movies come out on Mario's come out on Christmas all the time.
Dude, doesn't-
Mario's?
No, movies.
Is that your uncle?
Mario's my uncle. He comes out.
Comes out every Christmas. We get it.
We're like, we get it. We know.
We met your husband
We don't
5 years
care.
ago.
Just come have dinner. No, like I don't think that this is Good Friday. That's an issue.
I don't.
I mean,
think it was an issue. I think they
Christmas
just pushed it
Day
up a
is
day.
like one of the most popular movie release days. I think
it's
Jesus.
not a Christmas
I think
movie.
Jesus could share another holiday. You know what I mean?
Probably.
With
Shared a
movies.
lot. He shared
It's a
enough.
sad holiday.
I died this time. I was born the last time.
We're just defending everybody.
It's okay. It's not my Easter. I don't care. I'm Greek.
Be
It's
sad
different.
and eat my chocolate.
You get a special Easter?
Mine's the week after.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Sometimes it's a month later. Sometimes the same day.
Wait, that's like really soon.
I
It's
know.
like a month. That's
I know.
less than a month.
Are we
from
gonna
now.
go watch it together?
We have to.
Is it somewhere here?
Yeah.
We're gonna go watch.
I'll say
We
after.
can buy tickets
Okay, we should
can- wait,
plan.
are they available
We
now?
should
Yeah,
plan
yeah.
to do the podcast
They
and
were
everything,
available
and
right when
maybe we'll stay over again.
Yeah.
thing
So-
came out.
There is, I'll just say this. I'm not going to say where, but there's a theater in Queens that right next door is a coffee shop. And I had some friends who used to go watch Marvel movies in the theater and then next door do a podcast in their coffee shop.
Oh,
So that's like something we could,
will they be there doing a podcast?
it's a Marvel, no. But we could like figure that out. That could be cool.
Yeah, that could be
You
cool.
can make
Be
a little,
interesting.
a little crowd,
No,
make a little event.
everyone leave me alone.
People, I love people.
Also, you can rent out the theater for like $300, which is like nothing.
That's what we were thinking of. Jackson was looking into that.
I-
And it really wasn't that
I
bad.
had a really great idea for a live stream. I still want to do it if I can.
Yeah,
I'll
so
figure it out.
tell the idea on the podcast.
So I really like hosting things, like award show hosting. Like I think I would thrive in that kind of environment. And red carpet hosting always has seemed like really fun to do. So I wanted to rent out a movie theater in New York somewhere and do like a mushroom carpet for the Mario movie.
We're out trip balls.
I didn't know that was the name. That sounds so gross.
That's
Mushroom carpet.
That's what I thought. Like, you know, like I have it red with a little white spots for
What about
Toad.
Mario red carpet?
A Mario red carpet works.
Red
too.
Mario carpet.
A rainbow carpet makes sense too.
Rainbow carpet is good.
A lot
I
of
like
things
that.
work. Right.
Then it's all inclusive too.
Mushroom carpet is fine. It just grosses me out.
This was shut down. I was gonna invite a bunch of influencers and like kind of do like fun wacky things. What shut me down though was I was talking to AMC and I was gonna rent out a theater because it was only like $700. It wasn't in my head. I'm like, this could justify.
Yeah, and you get enough people,
Yeah.
we'd share it. Yeah.
It'd be fine. But I was talking to them and they were like, why are you renting it? And I was like, I want to do a live stream. They like called me. We talked about it and they were like, hey, because it's Mario, because it's a live stream, I know Twitch, I know Ice Poseidon. I don't want to bring that into my theater. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, that's super smart, super.
So
fair.
they thought you were gonna get like they were gonna harass the theater while you're live.
Someone would, and
or show up and try to get in and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what, like that's fair. I'm sorry to take up your time, and he was like, no, thanks for the insight. If you want to do a video, we can do that. I'm like, I'm a live streamer.
All we got to do is go to a family-owned theater, which is the one in Queens.
I actually like that idea. I might do that.
What the?
Just not tell
What
them.
has more pull? He knows the guys at AMC. The A stands for Australia. I'm sorry.
Do you want to help?
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay, can you find the carpet?
You have to make it if it's a mushroom carpet.
Like a rainbow carpet would be good.
It's a regular carpet. He just sprinkles mushrooms on
No,
it.
you have to stain
Yeah, I
it
can do
with
that.
like bacteria.
I'm gonna call it Wood's Big Mario event.
Bean.
Yeah.
Woods.
Wood's big-
Wood's big
big
idea
mushroom.
Mario
Wood's
event.
big idea.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Parentheses. Screw scooting.
No scoots allowed. So the trailer just dropped the other
It
day.
did, yeah. Did you
And
watch
was
it?
Very good. Yeah. And this is the most we've heard from Chris Pratt. as
Yeah,
Mario.
yeah.
And he sounds fine.
No, I think he's.
I'm really
fine.
not upset
I'm
about
over it.
I've been every trailer that comes out, I like this movie more and more, and this
Yeah.
one was no exception.
I've already been so sold on this movie, and this trailer looked even more fun. I'm sick of them ruining cool things. I felt like the Mario Kart moment was really ruined. That would have been so hype in a theater. You
not
didn't.
know.
I'm sure
you
there's
didn't
more
know it
of
was
that.
coming, and they all jump out onto Rainbow Road. The theater would have lost their
I
minds.
fear there's going to be a big focus on the Mario Kart stuff because Mario Kart's so popular.
It does seem like
Also,
there's a
Smash-
lot of
yeah,
Mario
there's
Kart
Smash
in the trailer.
references, too.
It seems like more like a Mario Kart movie than a Mario movie.
Yeah.
So far
Which-
in the trailers,
Which I understand.
but no,
Yeah.
there's also there's a lot of I saw a lot of platforming.
No, there's
and-
a lot of Mario.
lot of
They do
Mario.
a good job of referencing all the games like that. In the second trailer where Donkey Kong and Mario are fighting, the official name for that trailer, because movie theater houses will give names to trailers, like Illumination Pictures calls that trailer Smash because it's Smash Brothers, and like that's awesome.
The thing that I hate about having things ruined is this new trailer ruined two things for me. Fire Donkey Kong.
So freaking cool!
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
but that
God!
would've been cooler
but you get to
watching the
scream about
movie.
it now in a room, not in a movie. You know, it's
I think-
stupid.
I genuinely believe they're showing that there's more.
Well, of course, there's more, but you've ruined Fire Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
They just didn't have to
Fire
show that.
Fire Peach.
I
She's going to do some wacky shit.
You just didn't have to show
We've
it.
seen Fire Peach.
And
But-
Yeah,
also,
okay, you're right.
by showing that, you're also showing that Mario and Donkey Kong are like getting along. So whatever fight they have is
Yeah.
temporary. So you're ruining that
all
too.
built
Well, they
up,
also
yeah.
ruined, the directors did a little talk when they did the direct, and they said that the carts were from the Jungle Kingdom. So it's from the carts are from Donkey
I
Kong's
mean, they
thing.
show that in the second trailer.
Yeah, you see when they show like all of the carts, you see like mechanic like monkeys swinging around and stuff. Yeah.
They've
So
shown
that
too
was a
much.
little weird.
They're just
That was a
showing
little weird.
too much.
They're not treating it like a video game. You know? So they have to like
Well,
pull.
I feel like everything shows too much these days.
Oh, no,
You remember
absolutely.
back Terminator 2, you know? Arnie, the bad guy from the first one, kills people. He's a Terminator.
Yeah.
Terminator 2 comes out and everyone thinks he's back and he's going to kill Sarah Connor. And then he's like looking for her and they find each other and she's like, you're going to kill me. And like up to this point, if you've just been like wanting to go see the movie, all you know is he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes, come with me if you want to live.
Yeah.
And now he's a good guy. Now Donkey Kong and Mario are fighting.
I think
in
they
the
might
trailer.
also ruin that in the trailer. I think
No
James
one knew.
Cameron, was it James Cameron?
No
I
one
think
knew.
he talked about how they made him ruin it in the trailer.
Star Wars, 1970.
Okay, there you go.
You didn't know that Luke Skywalker was the son of Darth Vader.
Metal Gear Solid
then
2,
right?
when everybody
At the
thought you were
moment-
playing as Solid Snake, and it turns
George
out you're
Lucas-
playing as a naked blonde
Darth
guy.
Vader cuts his hand off and then goes, come with me if you want to live. And no one saw it
and
coming.
Luke goes, yeah!
I'm just saying, Donkey Kong and Mario fighting in the trailer, it would have been more fun if there was a moment maybe they're enemies. And then you're watching the movie and then suddenly they have a moment where Donkey Kong's like, yo, let's smoke weed and get along.
I don't think.
And
I
now
mean,
they're friends.
they're showing a lot of moments, but I think there will be more cooler moments. And also, I think that they're really not showing that much. They just show,
Yeah.
they just kind of flashing stuff on
No,
screen. you know?
I'm with Bob.
I just think 3 trailers all with different stuff is a lot.
as
There's a
I've
lot
seen
of overlap
like 20
between the
minutes
trailers.
of this movie already.
I
Yeah, it's
think-
only 100. It's only an hour 30.
I have like 50 minutes of this movie left to see.
I don't necessarily agree. I think they've shown things from the same sequence over and over. And like I always try to do like a test with movies ever since Amazing Spider-Man. Like they showed so much of Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield one, that you could piece together the entire movie just from trailers, and it was insane.
I feel like I can piece this movie together.
I think you have to do a lot of filling in from your own brain.
Piece it together.
Piece it together.
Piece it together. Let's hear it.
I give you that like challenge. Not now. I'm saying go.
No,
home.
do it right now.
Well,
No, I'll do it now.
no.
I'll do it now. I've
That's
seen
not
the
what I'm
trailers.
saying.
I want to hear
Mario
it.
and Luigi get sucked in the Mushroom Kingdom. Luigi
That's
gets
right, they do.
captured. Luigi gets captured by Bowser. Bowser's on a tyrant rampage to like steal the star or the crown or whatever it is, and he's destroying everything. So Mario finds Peach, and then they have to like rally to like save the Mushroom Kingdom, and then they go find Donkey Kong and they fight him, and then they somehow become friends. And then he's like, "Well, I have carts that we can ride to Donkey Kong's castle," and they ride to Donkey Kong's castle, and they beat him.
No,
Roll credits. Bowser's
you're-
Castle. Roll
you're
credits.
Filling in a lot of like assumptions.
You're
I'm saying
yada
go-
yada. No.
I'm saying go
He said
in.
everything
It's a
correctly.
90-minute
He absolutely
movie.
did.
Okay,
He absolutely
okay.
did. I'm saying go into the trailers.
Do
Get
I
the
know the
actual
script
footage.
word for word? No, but
Yes,
do
you
I?
do.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like you should do in order to see like did they actually show everything? I don't think they did.
No,
I think, they showed the
I think
same-
my problem is I'm a little older and I've seen
Oh my
I've
God.
seen
He just
movies-
little boyed you.
I've seen movies all my life, and I've seen
No.
the transition of trailers go from like literally a trailer for a movie back in the day was like a movie poster. You don't even get a trailer of it. All the way to now, we've seen every character. We know every character's story. We
Yeah,
know what
but you-
Luigi's doing in the movie. We know what Mario's doing in the movie.
yada
We
yada
know what
yada
Peach
to
is
how
doing
they
in the
save
movie.
Luigi, which is the whole movie. You were like, they're gonna
That's
get the
not the
carts and they're
whole
gonna go
movie.
save Luigi. That's the part
Saving
that we
Luigi
need to see.
is not going to be the whole movie.
No, but
Saving
that's-
Luigi
that's
is going to
the-
get solved in like by mid movie.
That's the conflict. No, that's not. No, that's the conflict. That's the end of the movie is getting Luigi back.
I don't think so.
I just want to see if Brooklyn
And also Luigi's
Queens-
journey. What the fuck is he doing the whole time? And that's part of the
He's
trailer.
captured.
You see him going, "Wow, I'm scared of everything."
He's just captured.
We gotta see some of that.
He's in a cage.
I just want to see if Brooklyn
Also, how do they get
Queens-
sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom? There's a lot of what, how, why.
Yes, I haven't seen the movie
It's
yet.
our podcast.
Yeah.
You look at me and then you immediately never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I want to see if Brooklyn and Queens are geographically accurate.
They are a little bit
Yeah,
from
I
the
saw that, yeah.
trailer. It looked like
Yeah.
they were.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know every single detail. I've just seen a lot of this movie.
You have seen a lot. I
I-
agree with
I
you
would
that
have-
you've seen a lot.
I would have loved to have been sat in the movie and seen Rainbow Road for the first time and hear the reaction
I
of
feel
the
that.
crowd. See,
Yes.
Donkey Kong getting a fire flower is something we've never seen before.
Right.
To see that in a trailer is so insanely disappointing. To get the first trailer of Mario and Donkey Kong fighting, and by the time the third trailer comes out, we already see them getting along. You've ruined an arc. A whole arc is ruined in
You
the
will
trailers.
get more moments like that
I'm sure, but why are you ruining these moments?
I think
because
also,
they need to show you something so that you want to see
there's
the movie.
so much more to show. Show me the boots. Why are there boots in the Nintendo
what
store?
a great transition. We can stop arguing.
You two idiots went to the We didn't do anything. We almost went today. We talked about this already, right? We almost
Yeah.
went today, but I was like, it's gonna take too long.
Yeah.
So we didn't. Also, we were thinking about going yesterday. Also, but then you kind of ruined it. I ruined it first, and then you double ruined it by saying that the van's not even there
the van's
anymore.
gone.
The van
Yeah.
will be.
That's why I wanted to go.
the van will be at PAX.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will. On the website, it says March 23rd through
Oh, cool.
25th, Boston. So
He,
we're
he
100%
specifically
be at
said it.
PAX.
He said it
Didn't
was
say
in
that on the
PAX.
website.
I think I got the dates wrong.
He's so
I'm
confidently
also,
wrong.
March
Gotta
30th,
be.
it will be back in New York, and then like sometime in April, it's going to be in Texas.
That was my fear that Nintendo being at PAX was just going to be.
Yeah,
the
we're
Mario
starting
van.
to think
Well,
we
so-
won't even have
so-
Tears of the Kingdom.
So I don't think it will because I was at the store and a lot of people were saying it's just going to be a versus booth.
A versus booth. Oh, like
Nintendo versus booth.
Oh, that
so
sucks.
Okay, we're
yeah.
on two conversations right now, but
I'm sorry, we can move into PAX after this.
well,
but
let's
yeah.
clarify. So Bob and I are looking forward to PAX, and we're both, as well as a lot of people, hoping they're going to bring Tears of the Kingdom because what else are they going to bring? That's what they've got coming out. But we didn't think about the Mario movie,
Yeah,
and
which
now
is
they're
2
doing
weeks
a
prior.
big Mario movie display at Nintendo World at Nintendo New York,
yeah.
where they had a Mario van with a plumbing van that I wanted to see, but it's gone now, and we were like, "Where is that going?" Oh no! There's something else they can show at PAX that isn't Zelda, and it's Mario.
Yeah.
So it might just be Mario, which we could also see if we walked that way about a mile.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
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 You go
But you
first.
guys
They
saw
did.
it.
They saw it.
You go first. I'll go second because I have.
Yeah, you guys show. You have
experienced the whole
show and
fucking
tell.
thing. Yeah.
Their
for it,
boots.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. They have the van outside, which is a full-size van. It looks pretty cool. And then inside, they got his boots from the movie.
I want to show in our podcast video your video of them unveiling the
Oh, how
boots.
funny is that, dude?
So anticlimactic
'cause they couldn't get it off.
they do a big countdown and then they're trying to pull the sheet off and they couldn't get the sheet
I
off.
was so
I saw one of the replies said like, you can hear the crowd exhale in disappointment.
TikTok's the same thing.
Because you got there like 8 a.m.
Oh, it was more than that. but
Everyone
yeah.
lined up,
So-
and then they unveiled boots.
There was a lot more. So you can. I mean, I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
It's dumb. They're just fucking boots.
Okay.
I don't have anything to say.
What time did you go on Friday?
I showed up. Well, I lost power Friday. My entire city block.
Oh my
So
god.
someone asked me to like, hey, will you come on my stream? And I was like, yeah, sure. And they're like, we're meeting at the Nintendo World. Wear a costume. And I was like, no shot. It's gonna pour rain.
It did.
What?
Keep going.
It did pour rain.
I was fine.
So I showed up at like 4 p.m. It was crowded. Mario was there on the second floor.
Well, that
taking
was
pictures.
Yeah.
Like a big mascot
Yeah,
Mario.
like a big
Chris
mascot
Pratt was
Mario.
Mhm.
No,
Apparently.
no, just a costume.
I have so much to talk about.
And there were giant boots, and the boots were they're dumb. It's
I don't.
dumb.
So for those that haven't pieced this together yet, for the Mario movie, they did a big thing in New York, and they unveiled a glass case that had boots, like Mario's boots from the movie. Why the boots?
I don't know, but they're
You
leather
could-
and like real boots.
But
They're
you could
just
do
shaped
like a
it.
Goomba. You could do you could do Bowser's whole
I have the
anything.
answers for everything.
Get it out.
Why
Okay,
the boots?
So I was not planning on going to the store, but I drove Erica to work and she works like 20 blocks from there. And it was already 7 a.m. I'm like, they're going to do this line at 8 a.m. I'll just see what's up. I go and there was like barely anybody there. So I was like, I'll sit in the line. And then next thing I knew, I had the gold wristband. And usually the gold wristband at a Nintendo event means you're getting something. It's not just, you're just getting in. Because that's usually a red wristband. Because I've done these things so many times that it just means that. So I get the
I'm
gold
looking
wristband
at
and I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna wait for it. So 9 o'clock, all the YouTuber people come in, and this was like people who don't do these events. Like Austin John came and Philly came, and I was like, who invited you? And they're like, oh, it wasn't Golan, which is their PR. So I was piecing it all together because I work in media, like that type of media. I was like, this is not a Nintendo event. This is, even though it's at the store, it's not a Nintendo event. The van came in at like, I don't know, 9:30. And then everyone with a gold wristband, they pulled in because everyone else they got a red wristband and they got the yellow Mario Plumber's hat, which is cool, whatever.
I want that.
I wanted it too, but I couldn't get it. So I got in and then I saw media people. I was like, I'm media. And they wouldn't let me in. And I was like, that's weird because if I hit up PJ or Jarita or any of them, they'll let me in no problem. Because that's just, I've been there so many times. But we get in and we get into the store. And then I notice that the store is not just full of maybe 10 YouTubers that I've seen before, but it's full of fashion people. It's
I like how we aren't invited to anything like this, and we
Well,
live here.
I'm thinking about it. I was like,
you didn't
maybe,
want,
maybe I
honestly,
didn't check my email.
No, you wouldn't have gotten. Actually, maybe because it wasn't going.
who would I look for in my email?
Illumination.
No, Triple Point.
Oh, look.
It was a different PR. But
There's
that
no
is
way I
locked
was.
in.
I never get invited to
But-
anything.
I think
Anyway,
maybe because I'm New York local.
So because I had the gold wristband, they gave me something along with 15 other people that nobody else has, and it's in this bag. And Wood's gonna open it because I told Bob about it already, but you can open it.
It's Mario's jockstrap.
So
Let's go.
He's checking
We're
his
gonna
email.
see is a spicy meatball.
I'm opening it.
it's first off.
He got the email.
Oh, you did, dude.
Wait,
you got-
did Austin and Philly get this?
Austin didn't get invited. Philly got invited and brought Austin.
But
which
did he
I
get
no,
this?
Because
Okay.
media didn't get that either.
I wouldn't have gone if I didn't get something.
So I kind of got this by accident because I did not mean to wait.
Why are you like? Why am I the one that has to see this?
Because I saw it already.
Think,
I
'cause you
saw it already.
I think you're gonna find that like super. Okay, it's stupid, but
It's
it's cool
concrete
at the same
thing.
time.
Yes.
Yes. You can take it out, and yeah, it's actually like a solid.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, wrong one. There it is.
Why?
It stinks.
It stinks, as in like it's bad or it smells.
No, it smells.
So I spoke
What's
to.
on his foot?
I spoke to
Red Wing shoes.
Red Wing was the company that made the shoes. They also gave me a gift card for Red Wing, but I realized because it's like a resin or like it's like a CNC mold or whatever.
I recognize the smell.
I realized that Nintendo was not doing this at all. It was Illumination doing this whole event, and I spoke to the people who I normally talk to about PR there, and they were like, everyone emailed us asking to get into this event, and we had zero power. So like boots, the only reason why they did boots was because no regular fashion person who has any sort of influence is going to give a shit about a Goomba or a Koopa or whatever. They're going to care about boots, and that's all it was. It was all fashion people tweeting it, putting it on their fucking TikTok.
Were they trying to get like hype beasts, like shoe
dude,
people?
that's what it is.
That's
like
insane.
Illumination is trying to get people who are not us,
like fashion influencers,
to look at
because I
it.
think that's the only pull that they have to get like the most clicks.
Because like, we can talk. We're talking about it right now. But when someone has 5 million Instagram followers and that will do anything they say, they're gonna go do that. So they're getting that outside audience. It was so stupid. Those boots are dumb, but I got that. I'm one of 15 that has that, and it's cool.
That is cool. Thank you for the gift.
Nope.
I think the funniest thing about it was also with the boots. There was a documentary about the making.
You're
of
looking
the
as
boots,
well.
Well, yeah, I'm looking now to see if I got the email.
But the only
I looked up triple point, whatever he said.
place where the documentary was playing were on these two little TVs.
I got
next
the
to
email.
the elevator.
God damn it.
That they're so bad. They're so poorly. Like it's such a bad old.
It's on their
TV.
shitty LCDs
It was on-
that the Wii was on.
They sent the email
I
the
know.
day before.
No,
I've been waiting to
But that
say.
was when the trailer happened, so they couldn't
Well, no, no,
spoil
the
the
day
trailer.
before.
Even Nintendo, the Jarita and them,
stinks,
they were like, we don't know. We didn't know anything until
if we had
way
seen
later.
the email, would we have gone together?
I would have gone.
I would have gone.
Yeah.
Can they like DM me on
Actually,
Twitter
I don't know
next
if
time?
I would have gone. No,
We
I would
would've-
have gone.
we
I
would've
would've
gone.
I would have definitely gone if I lived
My
in Brooklyn
emails
still.
are so trashed.
There's also more stuff in the bag. There's a book with the gift card. It's an in-store gift card.
What does that
which
mean? To who?
to me, I can't.
Oh,
use
to
it
Red Wing
online.
shoes.
Yeah, to Red Wing shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
use
it's a
it.
fashion thing.
Read the bottom. I found that so interesting that if you did post, you have to put ad.
Hashtag ad.
I'm not media for
So
this.
that.
but
That's
that's
a-
Well, this
so
isn't
weird.
ours. This is yours. We're not putting hashtag.
That's a
ad screen.
full Nintendo
That happened.
thing.
Friggin' a lot of the big companies do that. Like PlayStation does that.
But
It's
then
super
that
annoying.
little sleeve is stickers.
Cute. I'm afraid to open this.
We opened it already. Austin John
Oh.
forced it open.
So that is why, because it was like sponsored or they worked with Red Wing shoes.
Exactly.
So they made Mario shoes. That makes
So that's why the fashion. people-
everyone-
it's still silly, but at least it makes sense now because I was like, why the boots?
Everyone was
the fire flower looks cool. There's an ice flower.
Yeah, look at the stickers. The stickers are cool. I'm never going to use them, but the stickers are.
Is this like a thing they're trying to do, like with how Sonic canonly wears soap
Yes.
shoes?
Yes.
Now Mario canonly wears Red Wing
Yep,
shoes.
absolutely.
Think about that though. If you're Illumination Studios and Nintendo, you can be like, Mario's got his boots. Who wants to be Mario's boots? And everyone's gonna bid to be Mario's
Is there
boots.
going to be a scene? Is the opening scene for the movie going to
putting
be
on the
in
boots.
Brooklyn and him buying boots from like this store or something?
It's going to be him putting on the boots. with
not
the logo.
necessarily.
Like the opening scene is he's like doing plumbing and some like crap falls on his shoe from the. He's like, well, now I need a newer boots, and he goes to Red Wing boots.
It could literally
He
just be
doesn't
this.
sound that good.
It's just part of the promotion is he wears Red Wing, and
I
everybody just needs
guarantee
to
you,
know that.
while walking down this Brooklyn street, there's going to be a store that says Red Wing shoes.
Maybe, but I don't think it's gonna be forced down our throats.
It's right here. Red Wing shoes.
Everyone,
It's in the picture.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
everyone thought that they were going to be able to buy the boots in the store, and then
That sucks.
Well, I was like, "There's no way." If
I didn't. Why'd they think that?
Everyone on the line thought that.
Because they're fashion people.
No. All like the normal people who wait for Nintendo stuff.
Not fashion
the fashion
people,
people show up
normal
as
people.
media. Like it's like
Just
all the
the nerds.
Nintendo fans, dude. So that came in like 4 large boxes, large regular cardboard boxes, and it said Nintendo Black Box on it. It came from some guy in a random van.
I think
And
this
everyone
is
was
pretty
losing
cool.
it. I think it's cool as like a collector's item. Like no one else has that. So, but it was a very weird event.
Mhm.
But also like speaking to the Nintendo reps, they were like, yeah, no, this has nothing to do with us. We have zero control over this whole thing. So it's like Illumination is handling all the PR. So if they do anything else, so that's the other thing where I feel like this will be the main thing at PAX because the movie comes out 2 weeks after, and Illumination's going to just funnel all the money into promoting it.
Yeah, I'm starting to think we're not getting Zelda at PAX.
Yeah.
No.
It's upsetting because I also wanted that, but yeah.
I just want to say that this stickers, it has an ice flower, so that's kind of a little bit of a spoiler. Yeah. And it also has a blue mushroom.
Blue mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a little weird. We don't know what that does.
no, yeah, we do. It's
It might
mini.
stop getting spoilers.
It's the mini mushroom.
Oh, yeah, it's the
Trailers
mini
and
Well,
this-
stickers are ruining movies these days.
I mean, it's hard to tell what
Well,
what
yeah,
size it
you
is.
know, a big thing that ruins Marvel movies that people look up are Legos.
Go closer because
It's true.
Closer to me.
No,
Yeah.
go closer.
Legos are known spoilers.
Yeah.
I'll show the mini mushroom one. Also, we wouldn't have gotten this if we went because he got this.
No, it just would have nice to have been gone and hang out with our friends like Austin.
Yes. He got this because he waited
waited
online at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Which I would have
I
never
was,
wanted to
I
do.
was going to leave. We've done it before. We did it for Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but I had to get
sucked.
something to make a video
But
about.
if
you know?
we were invited, we wouldn't have had to have like really.
No, you would have gotten there at 9:53.
Just
and then you
walked
just
in.
Yeah, they would have let you in. You would have
Yeah.
been on a list.
Yeah.
It was totally different PR. And then it was just all fashion people. It was weird to see those
I would have
people
tried
in
to
a-
go. That would have been fun.
And you could have been decked out in fashion.
if we got an
Always
email
am.
like a week before that,
Big D
maybe.
energy.
Hey.
I don't know how else they would have told us. You know that they could only really send an email.
All right. Anything else about the Mario?
No.
I'm just disappointed now.
I need a
want
nap.
I want to be
Now
done.
you're sad.
I'm sorry.
I
bummed
don't.
out.
Who cares? like
movie's
would I
still
really
good.
have been that
It's-
much more
well,
enlightened
it's
if I
just-
went and looked at the
always
boots?
Complain that I never get invited to anything, and here I was actually invited to something, and I missed
I
it.
do
It's
find
all.
it funny.
It's all.
I'm just annoyed at
smoke
my-
and mirrors.
I'm annoyed at my emails.
As fun as sad as that is,
Smoke and
that you
mirrors.
couldn't go.
Yeah,
I
just
do find
boots.
it funny.
Like we don't
But
need
it's
these people to
being
suck up to
there.
us so that we can look at boots. You know,
I
like,
already wanted to
it's
go.
a ni- it was
would
a
be
nice
to have
gesture.
gone and also have been requested to be there, be recognized by something.
No, it's
Nintendo.
nice, and it happened. They did request it. We just
They
didn't go. We just learned.
They
it from
didn't
them.
though. That's the funny part because you two never get invited. It had nothing
Yeah,
to do
it was
with
a third
Nintendo.
party. It was a third
That's
party.
what I mean. That's not
They
a
just
good
saw-
reason to go.
They just saw subscribers come. Like
then I could have walked in and been like,
this is the first.
look at me, everybody.
This is really cool. I think it's also the bag is. Cool.
There's a poster too, and the poster says Mario Day on it. It's like a
Oh my God, Mario Day.
poster.
Oh my god! Wow.
This is a lot of Mario. When am I getting a Zelda Day?
When that movie comes
when's
out in
the Zelda coming out?
2026.
That's a prediction.
Yep. Lock it in. Set a calendar date. Bob is wrong.
Locked it in.
Thanks for coming to the Nontendo.
Thanks for coming and hanging out. As we said earlier, please the Patreon and buy some merch, but also definitely the Patreon. The Patreon's the main thing. Patreon. Hey, if you are watching watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening somewhere, rate us 5 stars. Leave a nice little comment about zoos.
If you stay tuned to the next episode, Hannah's going to have her own camera and she's going to sit in the back and she's going to cut these soaps and it's going to be in the YouTube video.
And in the bonus episode, you got Kim talking about GameStop horror stories with you.
That's true. And then that's the next one, isn't it?
It could be with anyone we want.
It could be anyone we want.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Adios.
See you next time.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Konnichiwa. Nope.